Finding percents. This lesson looking over finding the whole when you're given a part and a percent. This is like the granddaddy of all percents with finding percents. Okay, so we need to be looking at a few different ways to solve this. I chose this problem because there are multiple ways to look at this. I want to go over the easy way first, and then I'll go over more of the algorithm which you can use for anything. So the easy way is, if I'm trying to find the whole and I have 25%, the whole being 100% of that, I just see, oh, 25% goes into 100%, which is a beautiful thing. So 25% goes into 100% 4 times. Okay? 25 times 4, 100. 25% times 4, 100. Okay? So if I do something to this side, if I times this side of the equation, it stands for equals, I got to do the same thing to the other side. So because 25 goes into 100 4 times, 100%, each of these being 25%, then I can look at, oh, I just times the other side by the same thing. So each of 25%, each of those equals 40. So we have 4 parts of 40, which is 160. Therefore, 40 equals 25% of our mystery number, which we just figured that out is 160. So be looking for opportunities when you have problems like this where the percent goes in equally to 100%. Then it's super simple to just multiply that into 100%, multiply the other side, and you've got it. Okay, the other way, fractions, decimals, and percents are quite interchangeable. When working with percents, we don't really use percents to go through the process of figuring out these problems. We use the fractions and the decimals, and those are the 2 ways that I'm going to show you today. So we're going to rewrite these problems. 40 is 25% of our mystery number. Okay, I want to convert this into a fraction. 25%, percent means out of 100. 100. So 25 over 100. I'm going to simplify that one further and go 1/4. Okay, rewrite this. 40 is 1/4 of m. Okay, now this is where most students, I would say, get stuck at. They don't know what to do next. Okay, my recommendation is to make it into an equation, not a word problem. Okay. Is stands for equals, of stands for multiplication. That is its key word. So we have 40 equals 1/4 times m. Well, how do we get m by itself? That's what we're trying to figure out. I know what 1/4 is. I want to know what 1/2 of that is. Okay. So come on over here to look at Mr. Goff's fraction triangle of awesomeness. It states that any number in the world times or divided by 1 equals itself. Isn't that what we want? We want our mystery number to equal itself. So this mystery number times 1. How do we get 1/4 to equal 1? Okay. Any number in the world, let's say 1/4, divided by itself, divided by 1/4, equals 1. So if we take that to be true, we're going to divide 1/4 by 1/4, which equals 1. They cancel each other out, so we have 1 times m, which equals m. That equals our mystery number on this side. We're not done yet. I did something to this side of the equation, therefore to keep them equivalent, I need to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to do 40 divided by 1/4. How do we divide fractions? We multiply by the reciprocal of that fraction. So we keep the first one the same, then we multiply by the reciprocal. What is the reciprocal? It's just the opposite. We have 1/4, flip that to 4 over 1. Keep, change, flip. That's vocabulary's way to remind us. So 40 over 1, multiply by the reciprocal, keep, change, flip. No. Any number divided by 1 equals itself. That will help us when multiplying fractions. So we have 40 times 4. Well, 4 times 4 is 16. 40 times 4 equals 160 over 1 equals our mystery number. So 160 equals mystery number. So we have this answer, we just plug it back into the end game right there. Okay, that's finding it with the fractions. We want to convert percents to a fraction and then simplify it and go through that process, which I will show you now with decimals. 40 equals 25% of m. So I'm just going to rewrite it, substituting is for equals, 25% as a decimal in hundredths. Percent meaning out of 100. So 40 equals 0.25 times m. Reminding ourselves of the fraction triangle of awesomeness, that any number times 1 equals itself. That's what we want. We want to isolate m to equal itself. So we need to figure out how to get that to equal 1 times m. Any number divided by itself equals 1. So we divide this side by itself. Cancels it out, equals 1. So we have our mystery number right over here. Now, I divided this side by 0.25. So I divide this side by the same. Okay. So 40 divided by 0.25. Sorry, we're running out of space a little bit there. That's my fault. Okay. We have 0.25. We don't want the decimal in the divisor, so we just multiply this to get it out. Multiply that side by 100, so we multiply this side by 100. Fill in that spaces with the zeros. 0.25 into 40 is the same as 25 into 400. Now it's just a long division. 25 goes into 40 one time, subtract 25, get 15. Bring down the 0, 25 goes into 156 times, which is 150. Rather brings down, 25 goes into 0, 0 times. 160 is our mystery number. Finding percents when, finding the whole when given a part and a percent.